Alright, it's been reported today that Robin Van Persie has agreed personal terms with Fenerbahce and will join them this summer. Now, apparently, according to reports here, the betting market has been suspended for betting on Robin Van Persie leaving. Now, personally, I'm totally disappointed that Manchester United have considered selling Robin Van Persie this summer. I think he's pivotal for Manchester United going forward this season. We only now have Robin Van Persie, Javier Hernandez and James Wilson left as our main strikers, and I think that James Wilson will be probably going out on loan in the coming weeks. It's reported that Steve Bruce at Hull City wants to take him to the Championship for a season. It would be great for him to get some first team experience. I would prefer it obviously in the Barclays Premier League, but if he is to go there, he would get regular game time, which is what youngsters really need to progress. Now, Hernandez has got injured in the last 24 hours. I think he's done his collarbone or something like that, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks. So we're going to be left with just Wayne Rooney as our only striker going into pre-season. If these reports are true, well, probably James Wilson will get his chance in pre-season if he hasn't joined another club on loan. And I'm totally disgusted with the fact that we're going to be letting Robin Van Persie go. I know some fans do want him to leave, but he still was one of our leading goal scorers last year. I know he did have a few injuries, but still he's a proven Premier League goal scorer. And we're only going to probably get 10 million for him, and 10 million's nothing. I mean, if we had another season out of him and he gets 14, 15 league goals, then that would be great. I mean, he probably won't play every match because of the formation that Louis van Gaal's looking to go, but we cannot go into the season relying just on Wayne Rooney. I mean, I just don't understand what Louis van Gaal and Edward Wood are trying to achieve here. Because, I mean, I know we brought Memphis Depay in, but he's played most of his game on the wings. So I was taught that he could play through the middle, but still he hasn't come to the Premier League before. He's unproven. I mean, I know he scored a lot of goals in Holland, but there's no guarantee that he's going to get anywhere near that amount here. And Robin Van Persie, time after time, has scored Premier League goals here. He's one of the leading goal scorers in Premier League history. Still, he's got about well over 100 Premier League goals. I know his injury records haven't been great, but I think this is going to be a bad mistake letting him go. I mean, I presume that if that we are letting him go, that we do know that someone else is coming in. I mean, we haven't heard any more about a striker coming in before. There was Karim Benzema was linked with Manchester United. Lacazette was linked with Manchester United. Harry Kane was linked to us as well. And even Benteke was. But nothing seems to be happening in the striker department. I mean, we haven't signed any more players since we signed Memphis Depay, which is really disappointing for me. I think we really do need to get our act together, sign some players. It looks like probably the centre half and midfield of Louis van Gaal's main concerns, it seems, because we're being linked with a lot of players in and a lot more talks going on roughly in them positions. It seems to have gone pretty quiet with the striking position, but personally I think that Manchester United are making a massive mistake letting him go before we actually have another striker in position, because we cannot go into this season. I mean, Wayne Rooney can't continue to play 50, 60 games. I mean, he's coming up to 30 now. He may have a good season this season and get 15, even 20 league goals, but I just don't think he can do it on his own. The only other talk really in the last 24 hours or so is Thomas Muller. There's been talk that maybe he could possibly come to Manchester United, but even he isn't that prolific. I mean, he's a fantastic player, but he isn't hitting the 20, 25 goal a season mark very often in the Bundesliga. True, he's done it on the biggest stage, the Champions League, the World Cup, so I would definitely not say no to him, but I think he is a lot of money. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on this situation, but I'm starting to get really frustrated with Manchester United, with Louis van Gaal and Edward Wood. We haven't signed enough players. One player just isn't good enough. And if we play this dog shit football like we did again last year, then I'm not going to be happy. Really, I'm not. Louis van Gaal does need to step it up this season. I still think the jury's out for him. As I mean, we got the fourth spot, which was what we needed by hook or by crook last season, but we need to kick on here. He's spent a lot of money on players so far. He spent best part of 200 million if you include the Memphis Depay one. So we really need to be kicking on this season and challenging him for the title. And at this present moment, I don't think we're going to challenge. We really need, I think, at least another 5 or 6 players now, because we're going to need at least one striker if Robin van Persie goes. I personally think even if he stays, we need another striker, because I don't think Hernandez and Wayne Rooney as well we need really 4 good strikers, and James Wilson's probably going to go on loan. So we need at least 2 midfielders for me, at least 2. And there's still talk of Morgan Schneiderlin, but it hasn't happened yet. So we're going to have to see what happens there. I think that deal will be our first signing since the Memphis Depay one. And then we still need 2 centre halves. Otamendi and Sergio Ramos for me would be ideal. I don't think Smalling's still good enough. He's done better, but I still think he can improve. Needs to improve. Phil Jones still needs to improve massively as well. Johnny Evans needs to go. Tyler Blackett I still don't think is good enough. Paddy McNair could become a decent player in the years to come, but still very young. Still hasn't hit the top heights. So we need, I think, two centre halves there. And then you've obviously still got the right back position. Shameless Coleman needs to come in soon. There's talks of a potential part swap deal with Johnny Evans, which would be great, because Johnny Evans needs to get the fuck out of Old Trafford because he's dog shit. And then obviously the goalkeeping situation. We're going to need to bring at least one more goalkeeper in, because David De Gea will go at some point. I'm pretty sure of that. And we can't rely just on Victor Valdez. I don't know what's happened with Andreas Lindegaard, but he doesn't fancy him at all. He didn't give him any game time at all last season, so obviously he doesn't favour him. So if he's going as well, we can't rely on. Ben Amos is gone, so what do? We can't rely just on Victor Valdez if David De Gea goes. I mean, there is a chance that David De Gea will still stay, but, and see out his final year's contract, but things need to happen soon. I hope that the fact that if Robin van Persie does go, which I do not want him to go, the only bright side I can look at it is that hoping that we're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. I don't see where we're going to get it, because the calibre of player that I would be looking to sign as a striker would really be Sergio Aguero, that sort of player, or the sort of Neymar sort of type of player. Them sort of great players, or a Ronaldo or someone like that, who's going to bag us a lot of goals, which I just don't see that there's not many of them about. I mean, it is a gamble if we get Lacazette or Harry Kane. I mean, Benzema would be a decent signing, but I just think that's not going to happen now. Anyway, please do let me know your thoughts on the Robin van Persie situation. Personally, I'm really annoyed that it looks almost certain that he's gone, so I'm really annoyed that he's going to leave. I think we should keep him for one more season at least. Hopefully he could bang us 10, 15, maybe 12 league goals or something. Really help us challenge for that title. He's Premier League proven. Almost won us the league single-handedly. Only a few seasons ago. Still under David Moyes, got a decent amount of goals considering he was injured then as well, and was injured a lot last season. So I would definitely keep him, but it looks unlikely now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section box below, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon. See ya.